Yes, good day everyone. In this video, we'll tackle chapter number 7, the teacher and the community. Teachers' ethical and professional behavior. There is this cliche, guys, that goes, a great teacher not only imparts knowledge, but also embodies ethical and professional behavior, inspiring their community not just to learn, but also to strive towards excellence in every aspect of their lives. This would be a great reminder to the great rules of the teachers in molding a better society, in creating a better country for the good of everyone. We have to define first the different definition of terms, the different terms, so we could be guided in the exploration of chapter number 7. When we say teacher, guys, it refers to the individual that teaches learners in different subject matters that would prepare them in career in the future. So anybody who is in charge of um, transmission of learning, generally, it is called as a teacher. Well, community is defined as a group of people who, regardless of their backgrounds, they still manage to accept whatever differences that they have. They move in the same direction, for they are of singular mind to achieve a particular goal. Now, how does community differ from the term society? Because it has been interchangeably used. Well, society, guys, it refers to the larger group of people who share a common culture, values, and institutions. It can even encompass an entire country or even the whole world, wherein societies are typically characterized by social structures such as governments, the economies, the legal and judicial systems, and countries obviously have complex divisions of labor and social hierarchies. So in community, it is referring to a smaller group of people who share a common identity or location. Communities can be based on factors such as ethnicity, religion, or shared interest, and can exist within larger societies. Now, under the context of our discussion, if we say community, this refers to the community inside the school and also outside the school. So inside the school, we have the teachers, the school administrator, the students, the non-teaching staffs. They are generically called as internal stakeholders, while the outside community, composed of the parents, the local government units, the non-government organizations, and other stakeholders who are expected to give assistance and help to the school, are called as external stakeholders. Okay? Now, what about ethical? What does the word ethical mean? Well, obviously, guys, it refers to the standard and norm of what is right and what is wrong. Example, listening to the teacher attentively is the right thing to do, especially when you are a student, because it shows ethics, right? Take note that in every environment, it has different norms and standards. That if and when a certain student or a certain person does not act in conformity with what is expected from him or her, of what has been embedded in the norms and the standards, there could be negative implications for that. Okay? Now, behavior refers to the way an individual acts or conducts himself or herself towards others. For example, as a student, you must conduct yourselves properly towards your teachers, right? By means of showing respect, be courteous at all times, then do your respective obligations and responsibilities as students, right? So that in that particular way, you are showing good behavior. Now, ethical behavior means to act or conduct yourself properly towards others. For example, recognizing and asking an apology for a mistake committed by you, so that can be construed as an ethical behavior. Okay? And when we say professional behavior, it pertains to an action that is acceptable in the society. It is something like, yeah, the ethics, which is composed of the norms and standards. A certain student or person is expected to be incongruent with what is the norm and what is the standard. But again, I'd like to reiterate that in whatsoever society that you will be immersing yourselves in, we have to really be aware of the anatomy of the culture that we are dealing with in order to avoid disgraceful circumstances and be also be able to recognize and show some respect to the society that has a different way of doing things and other characteristics of their cultural practices. Okay? Now, teacher as a facilitator of learning, guys. What do you understand by that? Basically, when we say teacher as a facilitator of learning, it highlights that the teacher must make something easy or easier. Okay? That only means that teachers are obliged to make learning easy or easier for his or her students. As the cliche goes that if somebody cannot simplify, he or she does not understand at all the concept and context of the thing. So teachers as we are expected to be experts in our field. We are dispensers of knowledge. In everything that we attempt to transmit as much as possible, there must be simplification. We need to provide um, easy to understand examples in order for the students um, to really have um, to really have learned whatsoever the contents and competencies that we would like to impart to them. Well, other examples would be the following, no? Teachers simplify the general ideas into concrete ones by giving examples. Teachers use an effective strategy and technique in teaching. Yeah, I do believe in this because if we have the analogy that soldiers and policemen, they've got the firearms, well, teachers, we are supposed to be equipped with effective teaching strategies and techniques so we can be efficient in the performance of our job. Well, teacher also is expected to establish conducive learning environment. No, not just the strategies, not just the techniques, the different visual aids involved, the technologies being integrated into the classroom, but above all, the kind of environment that we have. It must be free from unnecessary noises. It must be having a good temperature, right? Otherwise, the students would feel uncomfortable and their attention will be focused on anything else, right? Now, teacher leadership and initiative for community participation. This emphasizes that um, teachers are part of the community, and to be part of the community means to participate whatsoever the initiative activities that the community has done, right? Teachers share their expertise and skills by means of volunteering themselves to be a mentor for cultural dances, music festivals, sports, event, and other insightful discussions. Just like if there is a Barrio Fiesta, teachers are expected to offer dances, no? Are expected to participate in different undertakings. organized by the local government unit, or yeah, the local or national organizers, no, participate sila na. We can also offer our professional services, no? Say for instance, you are an expert of um, science, and there is this problem in the society wherein our expertise can be used. Teachers, as we are, we have to offer, right? We have to offer the professional service so we can be part of the solutions to whatsoever issues, gaps, and problems that the society has. Just like in tertiary level, guys, in here in State University like CTU, we have this kind of task to really extend some services to the community. It's called community extension. So again, expectedly, teachers as we are, we have to be we have to be helpful. We have to be participative. We have to be part of the solutions to improve and create a better society, a better community. Okay? Now, professional teacher with honor and dignity. When we say honor, it pertains to a good reputation. Good reputation equals dignity. Dignity equals worthy of respect. Now, example, teachers should dress properly and appropriately. We must refrain ourselves from any wrongdoing, like speaking bad words, smoking, drinking alcoholic beverages, gambling, etc. Okay? Because again, we are the mirrors that the society has been, the community and society have been looking upon us. We have to be exemplaries in terms of behavior, in terms of how we conduct ourselves. Okay? I do believe in the cliche that goes, teachers teach more and deeper by what we act than by what we say. Okay? Now, teachers' attitude towards local customs and traditions. What the society or community are expecting from us in terms of our attitude with the societies and communities' local customs and traditions. Okay, guys, the ultimate bottom line of this attitude is respect. Okay, we have to respect the unique, peculiar practices, customs, and traditions of the society, the community. It may sound, or there might be practices of the community that sound strange to us, that look like a bit absorbing in our own personal subjective interpretations. But teachers as we are, we have to be neutral. We have to be respectful, and we must avoid making judgments to this kind of practices wherein we use our personal societal instruments in judging these matters. We have to be we have to be careful, okay? We must not be ethnocentric, neither um, we become xenocentric. So ethnocentric, guys, that is a kind of perspective in which a person believes his or her culture is superior than the others. We must not act like that. Xenocentric is the opposite one. This is the antonym. A kind of perspective in which we believe that our culture is inferior to the others. So we must be at the middle, we must be neutral, and instead show respect, esteem to whatsoever customs and traditions that our society has been acknowledging and manifesting. Because even the Philippine laws are respectful with the cultures and traditions. Okay? How much more we citizens. Now, fortunate and happy is the community that has teachers who live with them. Yeah, I do believe in this. Teachers who exert effort to understand their local customs and traditions and consequently appreciate the same. And as I said minutes ago, this is the ultimate guideline that we have in dealing with the local customs and traditions. Otherwise, if we do not be tactful, if we do not show respect, community might not be supporting us, and worse, if the teacher has violated a law that constitutes definitely a crime, so the community could possibly file charges against the teacher. Okay? So we need to purify. However, the negative aspects with teacher pointing out tactfully and sincerely. Again, this boils down to the word respect. Okay, respect. No matter how unique, no matter how strange the practices. Because again, there is no culture ever superior. All cultures are equal. Okay, principally the culture is influenced by our respective religions. Take note that it is guaranteed under the Constitution that we are free to exercise whatsoever kind of beliefs that we want to embrace, whatsoever kind of beliefs that we want to practice, and that shall forever be allowable under the Constitution, and there shall be no law to be created that would suppress that kind of freedom. Okay? Now, teachers as professional and um, as people who update the community, what does this mean? So Section 5 states that the teacher shall help the school inform the community about the school work, accomplishments, needs, and problems. It's kind of similar with the community involvement, no? Community here refers to internal as well as external stakeholders, not just the one that I just said. Internal stakeholders include the students, the parents, the students, the teachers, the non-teaching staff. Again, any person who is involved directly or indirectly to school's daily operation and they are physically present in the school, they are construed and considered as internal stakeholders. External is the opposite. So the only boundary that we have, of course, external refers to the outside people that include the local government units again, the government officials, the NGOs or non-government organizations, the alumni, no, that we have, the retirees, the teachers who already retired, no, they were once part of the school, but after the retirement, they became or they become external stakeholders. So teachers, as we are, we have to update the internal and external stakeholders that the schools have. This is principally for them to have the awareness as to what particular undertaking, they are kept updated with the progress and developments of the school, and whatsoever the good practices, it can be enhanced, and whatsoever the not so good practices, at least they know at what particular part they could possibly extend their help. Because again, we need the community for us to successfully deliver quality education. Quality education is a multifaceted concept. It involves the internal and external stakeholders. There should be a collaboration. There should be a collegial leadership exhibited by the principal or school administrator, the teachers themselves. Otherwise, again, no man is an island. That concept has been present for since time immemorial, and that is even true until now. Okay, so um, we have to be informing the community, the internal and external stakeholders about the progress, about the respective developments, future undertakings that are being embedded in the school improvement plan. Okay. Now, the Parents Teachers Association or PTA, guys, it is in place in every school, right? In some private schools, they call it home school association or family advisory council. And this PTA is intended for internal stakeholders only because PTA aims to, or PTA is a collaborative association among teachers and parents that aims to create a positive and supportive learning environment for the students in order to facilitate easier communication and cooperation between parents and, of course, the teachers. There are also specific purposes why PTA is being created. Some of these are PTAs provide assistance and support to schools in organizing and implementing programs and activities, right? PTAs also encourage parents to actively participate in their respective children's education by attending school meetings, activities, events. Parents are also encouraged to volunteer in school activities, collaborate with the teachers to improve their students' academic performance. While it is also, PTA is also a platform for parents and teachers to exchange ideas and feedback, discuss concerns and issues related to education, and of course, they have to work together for creating solutions. Okay? Now, school governing council, guys, other than the PTA, school governing council or SGC has different membership and functions because SGC is a legislative body in a particular school wherein the school head or the school principal is the chief architect or the manager. Okay? SGC, it crafts policies on student welfare, discipline. Um, it is also principally concerned with the monitoring and evaluation of school improvement plan. Well, school improvement plan, guys, it's an annual, it's a 3-year, it's a 3-year plan in some key results areas identified by the principal, identified by the SGC. Okay? Now, SGC is also likewise expected to expected to mobilize resources and support the community, the government, and other stakeholders to supplement the school's budget in order to improve the school's facilities, equipments, and programs in collaboration with the Parents Teachers Association because PTA also generates budget. Okay? Now, now the next is the professional teacher and government officials and other professionals. Well, as stated in Section 7, every teacher shall maintain harmonious and pleasant relationship with other professionals in the school or outside the school, deal with people with utmost respect and professionalism because we teachers cannot afford to be not pleasant with others. It is always best if we are in good terms with all people so we can work with them harmoniously and we can be working hand in hand achieving whatsoever the goals that we have in our schools, right? So that is quite imperative and essential, guys. Though we cannot avoid that there are some conflicts that possibly may arise in the course of performing our job, let us be reminded that um, let's look for let's look for settlement and view those matters in a positive way, because criticisms are factors that could possibly improve our educational services and in the deliver in the I mean in delivering the quality education. Okay, so let's be let's be careful and let us be acknowledging that as much as possible we have to be harmonious with others. Now, this is another important topic that we have to be reminded of. No, the professional teachers do not use possession to proselyte. Okay, what does proselyte mean, by the way? Proselyte is an act of attempting to convert someone, our students, to a particular religion or belief system. You know what, guys? It is so harmful and unethical for teachers to engage in such behavior, as it can infringe the constitutional rights of our students to have their own chosen uh, religious beliefs and values. Okay, because you know what, to be in position, we teachers, we are in the position wherein we have the power and the influence towards our students. And please do take note that the 1987 Constitution, it emphasizes that there is always an exercise, a free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination. That students and all the people in the Philippines are given the constitutional right to embrace whatever religious doctrines that they want to embrace and they want to practice. Okay, and that particular enjoyment of religious profession shall forever be allowed as dictated under Article 2, Section 6 of the Philippine Constitution, guys. Okay, because you know what, there could be at times in which, for example, no, a question teacher, no, may be attempted to use the position to promote the religion towards the students. They may begin each class with a prayer, incorporate religious themes into their lessons, or try to convert the students to Christianity. Again, that is an act of proselyting, and that is prohibited, unethical. Okay, so we'll try to avoid that. Okay, guys, that ends the discussion of ours in chapter 7, and let me wrap up everything with this particular quote. A teacher's ethical and professional behavior is the cornerstone of community growth, nurturing minds and hearts to build a better world together. For emphasis purpose, guys, cornerstone of community growth, it refers that teachers are essential in the development and progress of the communities that we serve. We have to instill positive values and behaviors towards our students, because teachers, we help to create a foundation for a better world. Okay? Now, the phrase nurturing minds and hearts, it underscores that we teachers have the responsibility to support the emotional and social development of our students, as well as the intellectual growth. Through their interactions, or through our interactions with the students, we teachers can model empathy. We can inject compassion, respect, and through this, we help creating a harmonious and equitable society, building a better country, promoting everyone's best interest. So guys, that ends our chapter 7 lesson about the ethical standards of the teachers, and see you next meeting. Goodbye, everyone.